So, yes, test is tomorrow. You'll remember we started off with, I gave you a handout. Actually, the front page says Dynamics Introductory Questions. I strongly suggest that you read through that and at the very least, questions and say, oh yeah, I get that. So, if you haven't done that, you might want to spend a few minutes skimming that article over. Okay, it says Dynamics Introductory Questions on the top page. Okay, and the questions that I have on that page are sort of what I deem to be what's important out of there, out of that reading. Okay, so you should probably do that. The next thing we went straight to was a reminder about free body diagrams. Will there be a specific question on free body diagrams?
Yes.
There could be, but it would certainly not be more than 1 mark. Right? So, do you need to know how to do free body diagrams? Absolutely.
Do the football diagram. Yeah, do the football one. Since it's already in the air, it will actually do.
So we got article, FBDs. We went straight into some notes on net force. So basic net force problems, which was basically a review of grade 11 and maybe a slight extension, right? So net force problems, certainly in 1 dimension and 2 dimensions, right? Like I'm talking about, like if someone's 1 dimension and someone's pulling one way and someone's pulling another, like that, right? Left and right, positive and negative, or 2D, something like where someone's pushing north and someone's pulling east and maybe some friction back this way, right? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. The worksheet has Darth Vader on the top of it. Pardon me? Oh, that's right. That's right. I was feeling evil. Then we looked at motion down an inclined plane, motion on a ramp. We started with frictionless, and then later we went to ones that had friction. Right, so frictionless ramps and friction-full ramps. Yeah, we certainly, I guess, then we got into friction. The friction ramps came after that, but however, we talked about friction itself. I gave you some properties of friction. We talked about mu being FF over Fn, and obviously that's a formula you're going to need. There is a table of coefficients of friction in this little handout. You do not need that. Don't worry about putting that on your cheat sheet. If I need a coefficient of friction in a question, I'll just say the coefficient of friction is. Okay, so I wouldn't expect you to have a bunch of constants on your cheat sheet. That would be a little unreasonable. Okay, so don't worry about that. No problem. Yeah, so then we spent some time doing some practice questions on friction. We did some textbook questions. There was the hand-in. And I think everyone should have these by now. I know I still don't have them from everybody. I should have to check the inbox today and see who's missing. I think I read them out the other day, who's missing. So, reminder of getting those in. We did notes on ramps with friction. We talked about Evel Knievel, how he foolishly tried to jump over the Snake River Canyon. Didn't die that way though.
But he died.
He did die from old age. We did the frictional coefficient lab, and I think you guys got that fixed up, right? Handed it in. Jory, did I get your frictional coefficient lab? Okay. We did a little quiz on friction, a clicker quiz, and then we got into equilibrium.
What was that? Yeah, the practice problems from yesterday
they're not on Edline or not on school?
No.
You mean the solutions?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to see if we can find it. I'll have to meet with him.
I was looking for the mystery.
Okay. For sure, and I haven't been paying a lot of attention. I've been in and out a little bit but I'm going to assume that you guys know what the equilibrium means.
No.
Did you cover what the equilibrium is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Those two didn't get it.
Those two didn't get it?
Thanks.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
There's no L there.
Equilibrium.
Fred.
The equilibrium. Yes. The equilibrium is the force that if you've got two forces acting on an object, and the equilibrium, no, that's the resultant. The equilibrium is the exact opposite. It's the force that would keep it at rest.
So,
It's the opposite of the result.
because it equals 0, remember?
It's the opposite of the result. Same magnitude, same length as the resultant, but exactly opposite direction.
Because we figured out thing, the three things equals 0.
Yeah, the net, if you added them all up, you'd get 0. The sum, vector sum.
Vector sum. What is that little thing called in Greek?
Sigma.
Oh, sigma.
Sigma.
Sigma, yeah, the funny looking E thing? Sigma. Yeah, capital sigma.
Capital Sigma.
Capital sigma, yes. So are you excited? You're going to Greece, actually?
Yeah.
Got your euros?
No.
Sigma. Sigma.
Okay, so that's about it. I think that's what's on the test.
Come on, please don't.